The 9th of November 2010, and we're on Rugby Road in Binley in Coventry, and we've just arrived and taken the machinery off the truck at this house where we've got just some work on the back garden. The entrance into the garden is through underneath this carport. Entering into the garden, there's a lawn on this side which is going to be replaced. It's going to be new, level with the decking path that's going down the centre. Got machinery in here now, and we've got a hydraulic breaker, and there's an existing pond here which is made out of concrete, and we've got to dismantle this, fill in the hole, get rid of all the surplus soil on this side. We haven't any plans at the moment for this part of the garden, but that could change as we go throughout the job. The main thing is now to get this dug over completely and get it turfed with new turf. Just got to take this little bit of concrete up here, it's crazy paving, just so that it's going to be level with the end of the path right the way across there. Well, you can see I'm turning over this ground here. I'm turning over this grass and digging right to the bottom of the topsoil, taking it right, turning it over, all the old grass is dry, and I'm going to grade all this off, keep the level with the path all the way along. So it's going to be tagged in, compacted, and regraded out. I'll keep it upside down. Do this all the way along. Completely turning over all this soil, burying all the grass so it's dying. Then we'll compact all this down again. Turn the top with the rake. Out this concrete now. Took loads of concrete out from here. Quite filling it in, and then we'll break it up. Got that in there, so Adam's going to have a go at breaking it with a sledgehammer. I'm continuing to dig the lawn over. Adam's on the other machine here loading the dumper, and he's bringing some of this good soil after he sorted out all the weeds from it. He's tipping it on here because we haven't got the reach to get it right across to the machine, and I'm taking it off to build up the edges. We've got a deficiency of soil on this side and a bit of a surplus on that side. We've got to bring the lawn up level with the top of the decking, and so we've got to get the soil tightly packed along the edge there, so that when it gets wet or anything further rain, it's not going to just wash underneath. So we've got to give that plenty of compaction, so that's what I'm doing. So we're bringing that extra soil over, and I've got to go over this whole lot and break it all down. Very good soil even here, but absolutely contaminated with weeds, so it's all has to be sorted out first. And the same with this pile over here. Got most of the rubble into the pond, or what used to be the pond, and just got to collapse the sides and get that compacted with the roller later. All buzzing. I'm going to carry on levelling this for a while anyway, and it'll be dark shortly. Just to give it a bit of a scan over before I put the rake over it and compact it, just to show you how uneven it is. I mean, this has just been dug over like as if you dig it over with a spade, as you've seen earlier in the film. And what I've got to do now is distribute the high spots into the low spots, compact it, texture it so that it's all the same texture all the way through, and then go over it and keep going over it until it's as flat as what's acceptable for the turf. Turf's coming tomorrow morning actually. Well, an hour or so has gone by since I last filmed, and as you can see I've started knocking the lumps out of it. I've got quite a bit to do yet, but I'm compacting it with the tracks as I'm grading this out. There's little bits of turf will come to the surface here, but I'm dragging that down. That's going in the low spots. And I'll compact it in. I've saved a little bit of good soil here to drag over the top of it and grade out all the last little humps and bumps. The light's failing a little bit now, but you can just about see what I'm doing. Adam's just come back doing some filming. He's been on taking some machinery away. Putting all this stuff to this all around. Well, last of the rough soil I'll truck it in, give it a good compaction, then I'll pull that other soil over there, down over the top of it. Well, it's Thursday morning and now turf has arrived. Not a very nice day. I don't know what we're going to do with it. Well, that's the first one in. Hopefully he's going to give it a push. Get it right in. Oh, that was the last one. He's putting it all away now. Brilliant. Well, it's a beautiful day and the turf's unloaded and now all I've got to do is pay the man. Well, as you can see, the weather's brightened up a little bit. I've been and got a 2-ton load of sand. I'm going to try and bring some in here shortly. I mean, the weather was horrendous this morning and the ground is very, very wet. Use sand. Well, I've decided to bring the sand in and spread it around a little bit and put it over the top of the mud, which is making it more flexible and easier to use. So I'm scraping that slimy stuff off because there's nothing I can do with it. It'll take a week to dry out, so I'm taking that and I'm putting it back over this side. Trying to scrape some of this very wet soil, drag it down here to where the area needs making up. As you can see, the sand is pressing up the top of it and making up the level as well. So we'll keep pressing sand until we've got enough. We'll keep pressing it out until we've got the level. Well, here's our fourth load of sand. Adam's just been and fed. The sun's come back out. It's been absolutely horrendous. As you can see, we've been bringing the sand in. I've been trying to level the soil as much as possible. It's like a pudding down the bottom, so we're dressing it up with the sand and that's easier to work with. And I'm going to start down the bottom and work my way back with it, so I won't have to run over anything that I've done. And Adam's loading the sand onto the dumper now and I'm going to bring it down into the garden. And it comes with the sand. We're on our 5th truck load and probably our 25th dumper load as we continue to put the sand down here. I'm grading it off now. It's a lot drier and more workable than it was. Up here. Leveled it with the plate, got it basically how I want it. And now this is just putting the final touch on it. I graded off all the sand last night. I didn't video it last night because it was too dark when we finished, but I've got to go over it again. I think it's not far off now. This is the 4th day we've been here. We anticipated only 3 days because it was raining. It was so bad on Monday and it was very, very bad yesterday. So we're going to get on and finish that today, hopefully. Well, here's the first little bit of turf going down now. The first few rolls. Business. Right, what I'm doing is I'm going over this with the rake by hand. So I do some work occasionally, and I'm taking out all the little lines and little bits, any discrepancy I couldn't do last night in the dark with the machine. I'm not going to put the machine back on here today because this has had a lot of water on it the last few days, and I don't want to leave any track marks in it and, you know, mess it all up. It's just settled nicely now. So in a few hours, hopefully, we'll have all that nice turf nicely laid, and it'll look great. Yeah. Well, this is about an hour and a half further on from the last bit, from the last clip, and as you can see, it's coming nice now. We don't leave this until it's absolute perfection. So, when you do a garden, this is what you've got to do. Do a good job. There's no easy way, as you can see. Another hour's gone by since we last filmed. Adam's quite happy to do the turf while I've finished levelling off with all the raking and everything, got it as flat as I can. I'm going to come around here now while he's doing that because there's only about another hour or so of daylight left, or probably 2 hours maximum, and I'm going to level all that soil and get it into the hole over there and tidy it up a bit. Well, about another hour and a half down the line, and here we go, we're still at it. Coming up to conclusion now. I'm just tidying up and scraping off the loose soil over here, putting the last touches to filling in the old pond. I just put the finishing touches on filling in the pond. The light's fading now, so we won't be able to finish the video tonight. We'll have to come back tomorrow. I'll just then go and get another 10 rolls of turf. So that's on the back of the truck. We'll finish off that, and we'll come back and finish it tomorrow. It's too dark now. Well, it's Saturday morning. We've been on this job 4 days, and in Saturday morning we were too late last night to film it because it was dark when we got the last bit of turf down about 6 o'clock. And we've also filled in that pond and just raked the ground over a little bit. Didn't make too fancy a job of that because it's all got to come out at some stage. They haven't decided when they're going to do it yet, but that's all going to be a hard area. Paved probably, I don't know. But anyway, that's the nice lawn, all supplied by Wall Brothers Turf and laid by Eric and Adam.